All right then. So now what we have to do is we have to render this entire page content inside here. So we have to, based on the search params over here, whatever we clicked, we have to filter those products and we have to get those products. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the const products is equals to await get products. Okay, and it's need to have any filters over here, which is going to be the size. Of course, it is going to be the search params question mark dot size only if we have the size. Then is featured, of course, only if we have the search params dot is featured. Copy and duplicate it, copy and paste it for 3 more times, and this time instead of is featured, this is going to be design, and instead of this featured, this is going to be category, and instead of this kitchen, this is going to be kitchen. All right, so now we have those products based on the filters, and I'm just going to bring the page content. So page content, which we don't have it yet. Of course, if you save this, just save it, you will get ran into issue. So I'm going to bring this page hyphen content dot tsx, and inside here this page content is going to render all the informations whatever we are supplying it over here. So this is going to be the use client and sfc, and this is going to be the page content and division for the time being. Let's say page content over here, and let's bring that page content over here. Save it, changes, and this is going to get the properties interface page content props, open it, and it's going to get the products, which is going to be the type of products, and it's going to be an array of products. And let's open up and bring the page content props over here. Let's destructure the products over here, save it, and let's apply the products, and let's apply the products inside. Save the changes. Now we do have the page content, and let's bring all the we have to do the same stuff what we did inside over here. So let's copy this, the same handle click, exactly the same thing, all these things we needed it. So I'm just going to bring it over here and paste it, bring the search param from next navigation, use router from next navigations, and of course QS, we need to bring the QS as well as. So let's import the query strings, bring the query string. All right, now we fixed that issue, and we need to fetch the this current params. We need to have this current params. Let's keep this current params on the top over here. Okay, just like that. And so instead of this is not supposed to like this, so I'm going to delete this. If we do have the current params, if we do have the current params dot has own, so it is going to have this own property called has own property of this param. Okay, so this function is going to have the param property, param, whatever the param. So like if it is having the bread category or size or kitchen, something like that, that's how we are going to search it. If it is having this own param property, then I'm just going to say const new param, and I'm going to delete that specific param from here. So instead of writing like that like multiple times, instead of searching like this is the easiest one of the another way to do that thing, right? And we have the href url and the query params and everything. So instead of this current params, we have to supply the users to this new params, and this is supposed to be inside this if condition, so we will not run into that issue. And this is supposed to be here like this. Save these changes, right? So basically what is happening here, we having the current params, it is an array, and it's having this property called has own property. If we are searching for, if I'm searching size, it will look for whether it is having the size or not. If it is inside that, I'm going to destructure it, and I'm going to create a new param, and I'm going to delete that specific param. If it is already that, then of course we need to delete it, and then we need to push it into our queries. That is what we are doing over here, right? So then right after here, I'm just going to say close it, and here I'm going to bring the box which is coming from not lucid react. So please don't say mistake. This is supposed to be add components UI. So enter. Inside here, I'm going to bring one more time the same box content. First inside here, let's add the class name, which is going to be padding top 4 and PB 24, and flex, of course, it is going to be column, and item, everything is going to be on the starting point. And for this, of course, class name text neutral, it is going to be 700, and text size, it's going to be small, and items, everything is going to be in the center. And inside here, I'm going to bring a link that is going to be the next link, and href, it is going to be slash, and class name flex item center, and gap, it is going to be 2. And inside here, I'm going to bring the home, and class name is going to be width, of course, it's going to be 4, height, of course, it is going to be 4. And here I'm just going to say main page. Save this, and now you should be able to see the main page over here, right? Then right after that, what I have to do is I have to bring, after this link tag, I have to bring the chevron right, which is going to be have a class name of width 5, height 5, and text muted foregrounded. Width 5, height 5, and then I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it one more time. And this time, this is going to take the user to the menus, and this is going to be the products. Save this change. This is how it looks, but this is not going to be home. We don't even need the icon. That's just like this. This is how it looks. Okay. So then what I have to do is, so basically, so whenever I try to filter based on the category, I just have to display that category over here. So right after this link tag, I'm just going to say if the search params.get, it contains the category. So we are trying to figure it out whether the search param having the category. If it does, then I need to render this. So which is going to render this React fragments, and it is going to display exactly the same way, just like this, what we did over here. I'm just going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to, instead of this product, I'm going to change this to search.category. So save these changes. Now we don't have anything, but if I click pizza, you should be able to see the pizza over here, because we are filtering it based on the pizza, right? That's the reason we are displaying it over there. So then right after that box, I'm going to create one more box, enter, and this time this box is going to have a class name of margin top 8 and flex column, and item, everything should be in the starting position. And inside here, if we do have the search params, then get category, I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to say category, and I'm going to display this h2. And here I'm just going to bring this search params dot, whatever the category that we searched, we have to display this. But this h2 is going to have a very specific styles, which is going to be over here, class name, and like this, flex, item center, gap, text, and font, semi-bold, and everything, just like this, right? And you should be able to see that. Now we're having, it is filtering based on that. And then right after here, I'm going to create one more box. Okay, so here I'm just going to say class gap, of course it's going to be 3, and margin top, of course it's going to be 4. And here we have to render all those params, whatever the params that we do have. So here I'm just going to say current params. If I do have the current params, then I'm just going to say object dot entries. Using this object dot entries, I'm going to supply that current params inside current params. Then I'm going to use the map function to map through it, and I'm going to get the key and its value, key comma value. I'm going to get the key and the value, and I'm going to create a callback function over here. And inside here, I'm going to create a div, and I'm going to say class name, which is going to be px, of course it's going to be 4, py it is going to be 1, cursor is going to be pointer. On hover I'm going to bring the shadow, hover I'm going to bring the shadow medium, rounded medium, bg emerald 500 slash 10. Okay, then I just need to say text neutral 600 and flex item center and gap it is going to be 1. Now inside here, inside this division, I'm gonna render that value, save it. So that is how it should looks like, right? Then what I need to do is I'm just going to call this handle click. So I'm going to supply, this is going to have an on click event which is going to call this handle click, and we are going to supply that param over here, right? Save these changes, and it's going to have that X mark which is going to be from lucid icons, which is coming from lucid icon, and class name of course it is going to be width 4 and height 4. So save these changes. All right, so now if I click this is going to remove that pizza from there. If I click biryani or soft drinks, you can see that is going to add the soft drinks, and if I click medium, that is going to add the medium, and if I click vegetarian, that is going to add the vegetarian, and if I simply click it, that is going to be removed from that specific section, right? Just like that. Cool. Now right after that, what I have to do is, which means this box, wherever this box has been completing, close it, class name, and here I'm going to create a grid column 2, and on large device grid column 3, width full, height full, and gap it's going to be 4, gap y it's going to be 24. Save the changes, and inside here now I'm going to say products dot, I'm going to figure out products dot length. If the products dot length is greater than 0, then I'm going to display it, otherwise I'm going to display something else. Here I'm just going to bring a react fragments, and inside this react fragments, here if I don't have this, I'm going to bring a react fragment. Inside this react fragment, I'm going to bring a box which is going to say no products available, and for this I'm just going to say class name item center and justify everything in the center, and py it is going to be 12, text muted foreground, and text excel, and font of course it is going to be bold, and it should occupy the complete column span of 10, right? So save these changes. Now if you do have this product, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this here, and I'm going to say product dot map, open it, and let's get that product out of it, open it, and I'm going to use this popular content to reuse it, and I'm going to supply the data as the product which we have, and I'm going to use the key which is going to be the product dot id. So save these changes. Now you should able to see the list of products whatever we do have over here, but the images it's taking a little bit time to load it, so don't worry about that, but it's getting loaded successfully over here. Right now if I try to apply the filters, like for instance if I search for pizza, it should be able to see only the pizzas over here. See, we do have the pizzas, and if I click small, so it should be able to display only the pizza which matches that small over here. And if I choose Italian, this pizza is not comes under the Italian, so we are getting the no product available. So if I click delete, that is going to filter instantly back over here. So we successfully finished the menu screens. Now all we have to do is to get back, and we have to design the single product screen, and that is what we are going to do next.